For hundreds of years, ancient Egypt has been a land full of mysteries and wonders. From the Great Pyramid of Giza to the mummies, it has always been a fascinating place for anthropologists and archaeologists alike to discover new things. Think you know everything about Egypt? Incredible things can be found there. Egypt is often recognized as the country of pharaohs due to the prevalence of pyramids there. The Egyptians are famous for their discoveries of golden riches and their mastery of the mummification process. But some of the discoveries were so shocking that no one even expected that. What could possibly be those discoveries that horrified everyone? Here in this video, we are going to show you some really shocking discoveries in Egypt that no one expected. Number 1. Colorful tombs. The colorful tomb was discovered from Saqqara, the home of some of Egypt's earliest pyramids. The incredibly well-preserved tomb contains vibrant wall paintings that look like they were painted yesterday, when in reality the tomb was created over 4,000 years ago. It's believed that the tomb, which is located within a large necropolis, was created during the 5th dynasty. This period spanned the early 25th century BCE until the mid-24th century BCE, and was known as a time when funerary prayers began to be inscribed on royal tombs. In this particular case, the exceptional tomb was created for a dignitary named Kui. Several aspects of the tomb lead researchers to believe that Kui was a man of great importance. Architecturally, it has a tunneled entrance, which is a feature typically reserved for pyramids, the tombs of the pharaohs. Artistically, the colors of the paintings are considered royal colors by officials. These clues bring into question Kui's influence and his relationship with the 5th dynasty's longest ruling pharaoh, Djedkare-Isisi. Number 2. Ushabti were servants devoted to working for their deceased owners. In ancient Egyptian religion, the tombs were equipped with small-sized and mummy-shaped figurines with arms crossed on the chest. The use of them was widespread, and their mission was to set the deceased free from the necessity of labor in the afterlife. The Ushabtis were usually covered with texts and included in grave equipment from the Middle Kingdom to the Ptolemaic period. During the New Kingdom, the figurines were made to resemble the tomb's owner and were fashioned in the form of a mummy, bearing the owner's name. Number 3. Nefertiti statue. The famous bust of Nefertiti, made from limestone, is a statue representing the pharaoh of Egypt Akhenaten's royal wife. Because it was discovered at Thutmose' studio in Amarna, Egypt, the bust of Nefertiti is thought to have been created about 1345 BCE. The Queen Nefertiti statue is one of ancient Egypt's most reproduced masterpieces. Nefertiti became one of the most celebrated women of the ancient world and an ideal of feminine perfection as a result of the Egyptian bust. It was discovered by a German Oriental company. The secretary of the German Oriental Company wrote, "Suddenly we had the most living Egyptian artwork in our hands." A 1924 document discovered in the files of the German Oriental Company remembers a meeting between Borchardt and a top Egyptian official on January 20, 1913, to negotiate the partition of the 1912 archaeological discovery between Germany and Egypt. Borchardt intended to safeguard the bust for us. Borchardt is accused of concealing the bust's true worth, despite his denials. Number 4. 100 forgotten coffins. More than 100 coffins, which were buried around 2,500 years ago, were found in Egypt. Archaeologists opened a coffin inside which was a well-preserved mummy wrapped in cloth. They also carried out X-raying, visualizing the structures of the ancient mummy, showing how the body had been preserved. Number 5. Mummified crocodiles. Some researchers, when digging a tomb, noticed a thick pile of trash from the Byzantine Empire, which ruled from 330 until 1453 AD. Beneath this trash pile, they found 7 small rock tombs, simple and undecorated. Looking into one small tomb, archaeologists found a cache of 10 crocodile mummies. The largest crocodile had an estimated length of 11.5 feet, and the smallest had an estimated length of 6 feet, based on the type of preservation and the lack of resin and pitch. Archaeologists estimated the mummies were at least 2,300 years old. The crocodiles were buried before the Ptolemaic period, which began around 330 BC. The most complete crocodile, mummy named Crocodile Torif 5, was about 7 feet long and wrapped in palm leaves. Inside the crocodile's stomach, researchers found stones called gastroliths eggshell remains from small lizards or snakes the reptile may have eaten, and insects that likely invaded the corpse. The secrets of ancient Egypt go beyond its iconic monuments, as there are still many more unsolved mysteries that historians get closer to solving with the evolution of technology. And that wraps up today's content. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.